Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to channel. And today we're gonna be diving into a crazy series. So buckle up, anime fans and visual novel enjoyists. Welcome back to obviously One-on-One. And today we're diving into a series that has generated immense hype, promised a dark, philosophical, and action-packed experience, but ultimately left many viewers, including myself, scratching their heads or feeling utterly disappointed. We are talking about the DSD anime adaptation. Now, this adaptation from the visual novel promised so much. For a 70 plus hour visual novel, we thought we were going to get the Fate treatment with this one. It's going to be so peak, we're going to get so much routes, it's going to be up there with Fate, but no, just a 24 to 25 episode anime that had decent animation, didn't follow the story correctly, and went all over the place. Now, for those unfamiliar with Desire, it began as a highly acclaimed visual novel, known for its incredibly dense lore, philosophical themes, brutal action, and a truly epic narrative spanning multiple routes. It gained a passionate fanbase who eagerly awaited its anime debut. And on paper, it had everything: supernatural, basically, elements, mystical powers developed, and crazy, crazy powers all around, let me tell you. It was, it was crazy. Now, before we get into this, I just want to say I've watched it multiple times. Yes, it's bad. But if you don't know anything about the visual novel, you're going to like it because it's just, well, action and some philosophical elements. So, yeah, let's get into this review, breakdown, whatever you want to call it, on why this anime adaptation failed so badly.
Kindness is cute and it is as fun as nothing needed if it was it.
But the anime, oh boy, it's a prime example of what happens when you truly try to cram a colossal, multi route visual novel into a standard anime season. Today we're going to break down what Desire was supposed to be, where the anime adaptation missed the mark, and whether it's even worth your time. To understand why the anime is so divisive, you first need to appreciate the beast it tried to adapt. The Desire visual novel is a spawning, almost encyclopedic work. Its premise: it follows Ren Fuji, a seemingly ordinary high school student, tormented by nightmares and the loss of his best friend. His world is turned upside down when a group of superhuman mysticists, the Longinus Draijin Odin, essentially superpowered Nazis from World War II, appear in present day Japan, bringing destruction and chaos in their wake. Ren finds himself drawn into their terrifying world, discovering he possesses his own crazy supernatural abilities. The visual novel dives deep into complex concepts: the nature of desire and the source of power, the origins of holy relics, and the terrifying source of Hado gods who rewrite reality with their very will. Twisted, and also the twisted histories of the LDO members themselves. Each LDO member has a fully fleshed out backstory, their motives, and their philosophy behind their devout ways, and they're basically very loyal to Reinhard Heinrich. Also, this visual novel goes into philosophical themes. Beyond the cool powers, it grasps with heavy themes the meaning of strength, the weight of desire, fate versus free will, nihilism, and the very definition of a soul. It's not afraid to be dark, brutal, and challenging. Now, as I said before, the pacing and routes, this visual novel is incredibly long, often taking 70 to 80 plus hours to complete. Each route provides critical context, develops different characters, and slowly unravels the mysteries of this grand world. The slow burn also allows for proper appreciation of its complexity. Now, we're going to get into the downfall part. How did this so much content from this great visual novel fail to the floor and fail so hard? This series could have been as big as Fate, you know? Could have been a gotcha game, which was in production. There could have been multiple anime adaptations, multiple English releases of visual novels, mangas, light novels. So, yeah, let's go into why this failed so hard. All right, before we get into it, these are some frames from the visual novel. Peak, I know, great designs, but let's go into the anime. It tried to condense basically tens of hours of critical plot, philosophical monologues, character development into a mere 24 to 25 episode anime. And with no sequel, no nothing, it's bad. All right, pacing. This is the absolute biggest offender. Events happen at breakneck speeds with virtually no setup or explanation. Characters gain powers, die, resurrect, switch alliances in a blur, making it impossible to follow their arcs or feel the emotional impact. Major plot points that had entire arcs are basically delegated to a few seconds in the anime or even a few minutes. Information overload. We have zero context. Remember the gods? In the anime, these immensely complex concepts are thrown at the viewer with minimal explanation. They're just cool sounding terms attached to flashy powers. You don't understand why they matter, how they work, or they're truly basically what are their significance to the universe. It's like reading the last chapter of a book and missing everything else. They also have one dimensional characters. Because of the pacing, the Longinus Doraijin Odin members, who are incredibly complex villains in the visual novels with tragic, compelling backstories, are reduced to little more than quirky, powerful antagonists with here and there motives. We get little snippets of their flashbacks and backstories, but we don't get anything. They appear, show off a cool power, defeated, making their deaths feel hollow. Even Ren's own internal struggles and transformation feel basically unearned and rushed. We don't know what's going on or why he has these powers. Granted, we get anime action and anime spectacles, but that's basically most of the series. We don't see the complex characters. This should have been a multi staged series. We should have got 24 episodes here, 24, 24, 24. This easily could have been at least a 70, 80 to even a 100 episode series with great action, great pacing, great animation. But nope, we did not get that. Now, the greatest part about the visual novel, in my opinion, was the three colors fight. This is also in the few routes. It's part of one of the biggest moments in the series. It's where the protagonist, Ren Fuji, along with his allies, confront two of the most powerful Hado gods, Reinhard Heinrich and Mercurius, to decide the fate of the multiverse and the law that governs it. Ren himself embodies the red color, representing his desire for a normal, peaceful life and his struggle against the establishment of the divine order. At its core, the story of the gods, whose very existence imposes a law upon the multiverse, shaping reality according to their desire. This narrative follows Ren Fuji, obviously, and is basically his whole life, which we have reviewed in this video. Then we have Reinhardt's Law, which is basically a world of eternal battle and glory, where all existence is subservient to his desire for ultimate conflict and his own might. Mercurius' Law embodies the eternal recurrence, a cycle of universe doomed to repeat itself endlessly, driven by his desire for an unknown that he believes only Ren can provide, and Reinhardt can provide, and obviously Marie can provide. So he wants to seek this unknown. It is insane. This battle is not a simple clash of philosophical might and physical might, but a metaphysical struggle on a cosmic scale. The arena is the throne, the very seat of all of creation, from which a Hado god directs the law of the universe. The fight is a culmination of all of these desires, all hatreds, and philosophies that are driven by the characters throughout the story. So, yeah, the Three Colors fight is a complex, multi layered confrontation, often involving mind bending displays of reality warping, causality manipulation, and clashes of philosophical wits. The outcome of this fight, particularly, is the Irae route. Now, should you watch it? My honest answer is maybe. It depends. If you have the time for a quick 24, 25 episode anime, go for it. If you don't, skip it. If you played the visual novel, if you're a longtime visual novel fan, you might enjoy seeing your favorite moments animated here and there. But if you're a really big fan of it, I would say just watch a few episodes. It's not really worth your time. Feels like you'll be wasting your time watching this. Now, this series should get more love and appreciation. It could be as big as Fate, but unfortunately, right now, it is not. It's growing in popularity here and there, but we just have to get to a point where it's as big as Fate or it's as big as like Steins Gate. Like we need that. We're here. We need to go all the way up there for this series. But if you're incredibly curious on what it's about, watch it. Go for it. It's all you. You know what to do. It's all you. Go watch it. Anyway, 101, signing off. See ya.